In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Johnson Collection, New England Patriots radio broadcasts from 1985 to 2026. And this is my subscriber message number 2 of this year. First one I did was back on February 10th. If you want an opportunity to go back, if you haven't heard it, you can go back, check the list out. But this is for you folks, the subscribers, 270 and plus and counting. I want to let you know what's coming down the line, but I also need you to know that I need your help. If you're a subscriber and you're listening to this, if you're a drive-by fan and you're listening to this, I need your help to complete what I want to do here in the month of May. And that's May spelled M-A-Y-E. We're going to celebrate last season. I'm going to get 7 or 8 games up for you to listen to again. And I have some things that are missing, and I know that you have it out there. I know that you have it. So we can work together. I'll never post anything up they can send to me unless I give you credit. Make sure you get it. And one more thing before I get to this first important part, but one more thing. I don't get paid. I have a little donation tin cup up there if you want to give me a cup of coffee, but I do not get paid. And there will never be a subscriber fee for anything I do for you. And that's how much I appreciate what you've done for me. So right now, before I go any further, I've got to let you know that you need to click a link at the top of the description of what you're listening to. And that's for the podcast, the Let's Effing Go podcast with Joe and Mike. It's a family-friendly channel, so I really can't cuss here. But still, they've been around for a year and change, and I met Joe online on X, formerly Twitter, this last December, and I sent him a copy of the Patriots-Raiders playoff game from 2001. He thought it was great. So he could see what I was doing. I can see what they're doing. I really appreciate what they're doing. They go live every week, and then you need to subscribe so you can get that bell rung and you can know when they're going live. They're very friendly. They love to have people's comments up there. They'll respond to you during their show. They have guests on. They've had former Patriots players on. They have other podcast people on. They've done a great job expanding. Joe actually asked me to be on in December. I said, well, let's take a pass for a while and see how we all work together here. But I told him today I wanted to plug his podcast and Mike's podcast. It didn't mean to kind of put Mike off the side there, but Joe's the guy I've been dealing with. But nevertheless, they do things live at games during the season. They did the draft live at Rogue Island in Providence this last year. They had 50 people there. That's great. I told them next year they're going to get 100. Do the right thing, would you please? Click the link. Subscribe to their channel. Go to X. Look them up. That also gets broadcast live there. These guys are going to be around for a long time to come. Thank you for doing that. Okay, we're going to move on here into what I've got going on and what I need your help with. People have asked for the games from last year, and Drake Maye, hey, it was a great season. And I've had 30 season tickets since 1988, so I know how great it was. My nephew now controls them, so I get to 3 or 4 games a season, and last year was a blast. I want to put up some games, but some of them I don't have because I've had recording gremlins. I've had stations that kind of faded out. I've had power issues. So here's what I'm looking for to complete this project. I'm not going to put every game up because there's a limited amount of space for right now. But one of the games I need is Game 5 at Buffalo on Monday night. I have it, but the recording is poor. So I know somebody out there has it. If you do, and I know there was one guy who sent a bunch of stuff out earlier, and I may not have seen it in the list. And if you've got it, drop me a note. If you can put it up in the cloud and pull it down or send it to me some way, we'll figure it out. That would be really great. I would like to put that one up first, and I'll put that up this weekend if I can get it. Other one I'm looking for is, believe it or not, I had an electrical gremlin during the game. So I do not have the AFC Championship. Yeah, 10-7, it really wasn't that exciting. But it's the AFC Championship. So I've got the pregame and I've got the postgame, but I haven't got the game hole itself. So if you happen to have the AFC Championship, that would be really great. Those are 2 games that I'm looking for. So the month of May, I'm going to put some Drake May games up. Coming in June, I'm going to step back and go into the 1993-94 seasons again. And I'm going to start pulling some Tom Brady games out because there's so many Tom Brady games. Once we get going into the Tom Brady material, it's going to really take over. Now, as I told people in the Wayback Machine, I've got about 300 to 400 Patriots radio broadcasts. I don't really know. I just started finding them last year when I was opening up boxes because I've moved so much in my life over the last 15 to 20 years, and now I'm pulling them out. How did I record them? I originally used to do videotape, audio videotape, and put them on cassette, and then I just started recording straight cassette when I was available. Then I started putting them on audio DVD, so a lot of times when I'm doing games and I'm available at my house when the game's going on, I will record the first half of the game on one DVD and then flip it all and then go on to another DVD so I had the complete radio broadcast from beginning to end. And I want to give you everything that possibly happened. If there's a sports story that week of the Patriots, you get to hear it, even if it happened 20 years ago. That's the great thing about having the games from the Wayback Machine. You get to hear things as they happened in real time. You know, and if you're like me and you're old, you kind of go, I forgot all about that. So that's what I'm looking for. Again, I'm going to, throughout the summer as we get to the preseason, I'll continue to put things up from my collection. I can tell you one game that's coming, and that is the 1994 game against the Oakland Raiders. Now, why I'm doing that one is that, first of all, I have the tapes right in front of me. And second of all, is that that's a unique game in the history of the Patriots that you probably won't hear. Now, if you're young, you don't remember what it was like to be going to Foxborough Stadium in the 70s and the 80s when it was really, really rough. And it's been written about a lot, but there was no Monday night games there for, 15 years because of what happened with the Cowboys game in 1981. Guy died of a heart attack in the stadium. Somebody got run over on Route 1. It was really out of control. So when the Krafts bought the team in 1994, one of the problems was that the crowd was out of control. I used to joke to the fact that there was always more Pepsi cups between the 30s in the 300 level, and there was more beer cups outside the 30s and 300 level. Hey, that's what I saw coming out of the games, man, when there was only the 35,000 people going in a stadium that had 65,000 seats. That's what I saw. So at that Oakland game, in section, I think it's 321, 319, 321, anyway, across from me, I was on the 45-yard line in section 308. The sections across from me, there was a lot of state police presence during the game. And the Krafts sent a letter out to the season ticket holders in that section, and I think the adjoining sections as well, saying, this behavior will not be tolerated. We've put cameras on your sections, and anybody getting thrown out of the games will lose their season tickets. Now, that signaled to me 2 things. One, that the Krafts were not going to put up with any bullshit. Oh, family-friendly show. Sorry about that. But 2, that told me they knew that they were going to start banging the place out, and they didn't care who was in that seat because they had that seat sold. I think both were correct. I know the last one was because the next year, you couldn't find tickets. It became sellout after sellout after sellout. And as my old writer friend Ronnie Hobson once said to me, Carl, I can't believe it when I look around this place, man. He says, you can't find an empty seat here after all those years when they were drawing 25, 30,000 people. It's unbelievable. So that's one of the games that's coming. And the Patriots lost a close one. Anyway, we're going to have more coming this summer. Once the season begins, I'll be recording the games as they come along. I'll try to pick up the tidbits and interviews and things like that. But there's so much of that stuff out there now. You can access it faster than I can record it. So I have to address one more thing here, one more item of business, and that is people request certain games. Again, if you're looking for a particular game of a season, I probably have it. I just got to keep diving deep. I've been requested about Red Sox broadcasts. I will get to those. I have some Red Sox games, not a lot, but will eventually be posted as time goes along. I'll find them. I got a lot of cassettes of just stuff, and I have to listen to them through and find. You never know what tidbits you're going to find, like the Victor Kayem thing. Yeah, I found that some of the little Patriots extra points. You never know what I'm going to come across, which is really great because it's just a little bit of history that may have been forgotten. I also have, in the Red Sox, there was a cassette tape that came out in 1984 called So Long Yaz. It was a little compilation of his career and the final weekend of his career. I was there the last game of the season for him. It's funny, 15 years to the weekend before, I was 6 years old. I was at Mickey Mantle's last game. He didn't play, but I was 6 years old. So I saw the end of some pretty legendary careers. There's a lot of little things I'm going to have coming along the way, and I do have some generic Boston sports radio stuff coming up as well. I also, any of you who are OG and remember, the late, great Captain Lou Albano appeared on the Sports Huddle, which was featured on my last broadcast, the Raiders playoff game. The Sports Huddle, Captain Lou Albano appeared in 1984, and I have an hour and a half of that. I'm going to try to get that up once I come across the tape because it is wrestling great at his finest hour, especially saying how he built Cyndi Lauper's career. Anyway, that's it. I've rambled on, but I hope you find it entertaining, and I hope you find the games entertaining as we go along. But I do need your help finding Game 5 against Buffalo and the AFC Championship. Please, it would really help me out a lot. And hopefully next year I've got 3 different things going to record games. I won't miss anything. God bless you all. Let's go, Pats. Rock on. Thank you.